They say that those who can't do, teach. And so true must it be. And if it is true, then I must be the greatest teacher of all time. If those who cannot do, teach. Those who cannot teach, do. Oh, cat. Hey. So I must be the best at both doing and teaching. Let's find out. Hello. And welcome. Hope you can see me there. Give me a second to check. Yeah, I think you should be able to see me. Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Nerds in the Woods. Stupid dog. Welcome to the first episode of Nerds in the Woods. So, in case you haven't read the description, basically what we do on this channel, or what we will do once I get this video posted, is what you see around you. Mostly nature and some houses. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. I can. Haha. Humans are superior to cameras. Okay, so what I do on this channel is just fail at the things that you probably came to this channel to watch. I'm going to do things in the outdoors. First couple videos just straight out of the books, and I'll see what I can do. And as I mentioned earlier, what I can do is not a lot. So let's see how that gets done. Oh, ow, stupid tree. Okay, gotta get this camera resituated really quick. There we go. That dog just won't shut up. What we're going to be doing today is coming straight out of the American Boys Handy Book. It's a fairly old text. It was written around in the 1700s by a founding member of the Boy Scout movement, so should be some good stuff in there. Probably some illegal stuff too, considering, you know, how kids acted in the 1700s, but you know what? Bygones are bygones. Let's go ahead and try the first thing we find in there that looks interesting. Can you even see me? I need to get myself a cameraman. Gonna be a 30-minute video of nothing but me flipping through a book. Never mind. Found something fairly basic. So here we have the TOLLGATE trap. And it looks like, here, let me read the passage from the book. These will be the steps I'll be trying to follow. Follow along with me if you want. You know what? I'm not reading this to you from the book. Not a born entertainer, but I'm not a terrible one either. So, hang in there. Okay, so I realized that if my neighbors were ever to see their house on videotape, it might cost me a couple $1,000, you know, lawsuits. Never know how people are going to react, so I'm going to point the camera. Oh, there goes the cat again. I'm going to point the camera this way. Essentially what we're going to be doing is, I just told you I wouldn't be reading out of this. You know what? Let's just look at the figure, see what we can do. I've been turning this thing off a lot lately, and I don't even know if I can edit this into a full... Oh, there's the cat. Okay. So, It's said in the book that this trap can be made with the use of a pocket knife and a hatchet, and it's fairly simple for a kid who does nothing but trap and hunt animals in the 1700s, where he probably knew this for most of his life. But you know what? I got my pocket knife here. I think this is the first or second time I've used this particular one, and I'm going to try to set out on making this. And I believe the first step is just to cut a stick down, or a twig. As you can see, we got, or as you can't see, I can't tell, there we go. We got plenty of twigs right here, plenty of sticks. I'm going to go ahead and whittle a joint in one of them. See you again when it's ready, or when I have to go inside and finish my homework, whichever one comes. Sounds of nature. And of course, because I'm not that far from the road. Okay. So, found a half decent stick, I think. And you know what? I'm just going to discount what I said about the TOLLGATE trap. Go ahead and turn the whole thing around. Start making myself a figure 4 from memory of a video I watched a couple of years back about making figure 4s. Never mind, we'll stick with the TOLLGATE. I'll get back to you in a minute. Bye. Let's do something cool. It's probably bad for the knife. Doesn't even look good either. Have to situate it back a bit. Okay, so I got the instructions in front of me. This will be the last video I do that, I promise. More hilarity will ensue when I'm not doing the instructions. Says to, with my hatchet, cut a forked stick, and I don't own a hatchet, so. Oh, it's kind of already forked. See that? I'm just gonna drive my knife in there, hopefully not cut off my hand. Can't cut off my hand with this. What am I talking about? There's the fork. It's a little wobbly. It's just holding on by the bark. Oh, never mind. No more bark. Now it's holding on by nothing. I'm just going to cut it the other way. That's what we're going to do if you're following along. Just kind of work your knife in like that. If you have a fixed blade, it's easier. And go ahead and do something cool for the viewers. Stick it in the log, because that's not cliched at all or damaging to the knife. Shouldn't do that. And I think I used that joke already, so yeah, don't expect me to do a how-to on how to be a YouTube entertainer either. Okay, I think this is a decent forked stick. You can kind of open it up a little. Oh. For the record, I didn't do that on purpose. Feel like this is going to be a long first video. No, it looks too dangerous. I want it to be a straighter stick ever. Anyway. think I should try to find a naturally forked stick to save myself some of the trouble. So, lucky me, I was able to find 2 naturally forked sticks, and this log's rotten enough that I just stuck them in there instead of the ground, because, you know, why waste the effort? For reasons like structural stability and, you know, actually catching things with the trap, maybe, but yeah, I didn't think about that. So I think they're about the same height. You want to get them to about the same height on this trap. Yeah, that's aligned. Looks good on a camera anyway. And hopefully that cat won't be the first thing we catch in this trap. My brothers wouldn't like that. We're going to get started on the next step. No cutting was required. If cutting is required, just do what I did, except better. And, you know, I haven't really talked about what this trap is for yet, have I? So, TOLLGATE traps are constructed to catch small animals that like running along things. Squirrels are the usual quarry with them. And they're called TOLLGATE traps because you can put them, or traditionally they were put, across fences, which were, you know, gates. And were meant to catch vermin animals that ran across the fences, dug holes, and broke the cattle's legs. And again, speaking about animals that like to run across the top of things, well, I'll say my prayers and hope the cat doesn't step in it. Okay, so step 2. Probably can't read that and the camera's too shaky. But you know what? Here's the page. And I don't think I can get a copyright claim for something that is essentially owned by a dead man. So, if I do get copyright claimed, I'll just make another one without the book. In observance of possible intellectual property lawsuits against a YouTuber with exactly 0 subscribers at the moment. Not likely, but possible. I have decided to take the book out of all further frames so I don't end up redoing the whole thing. Thank you for your time. Not just kidding, we're gonna keep doing this. So guys, did a big uh-oh. You know how I said traditionally these were used on fences? Book says I need a fence. I don't have one. So in the absence of a fencing plank, I'm going to utilize this extremely rotten but still fairly sturdy log, stick, whatever you want to call it, that would never pass the OSHA regulations for fences in a workplace. But I imagine 17th century fences were, well, not held up to as high a regulation as the ones we build today. So, historical accuracy. Not just kidding. I would have a good old peg and mortise joint fence if I was doing historical accuracy here, but we're on a low budget. So, let's move on. This is what I did. Essentially, all we are now doing is, you see this stick right here from where you are? We're laying it over that in the absence of a forked stick. You can call it a hair trigger design, I don't care. It is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. You know, I think if this was a plank, it'd be a little more solidly anchored. Yeah, being built into the fence and all. So, you know, I don't even know if my face is on camera. Still. Must be an egomaniac. Okay, that's better. So this is our deadfall. This is our trigger. And I am, from this point on, going to ignore that book. Time for some free form, I guess. So, oh, yep, that doesn't make a very good holder. What I'm supposed to do is, I believe I should cut a notch in this trigger and just work your knife down there a little. You know, this will be boring for you guys to just watch me whittle a stick. So I'm going to skip that part. I'm going to put this trigger supposed to be on the plank. You see this plank? Not a lot of room for that. So I am going to do a 3-way trap. I'm going to do a 3-way trap instead of a gateway trap. The 3-way trap was historically not used at all because some teenager thought it up and it wasn't very effective. Fact check me on that if I'm wrong. I probably am. Probably was used, probably was not made like this. So I'm putting this on top of this other stick. There goes my hair trigger. Slightest touch. Probably shouldn't have this cat out here. I'll put him back inside. Drives the dog nuts. Dogs are like that, you know. Man's best friend, man's worst enemy. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Hey guys. You're new to this channel, right? Let me tell you something about life. There comes a time in everything when we must delete some of the photos on our younger brother's phone because there's not enough storage space to continue videotaping. There also comes a time when we must tear everything down and start from scratch. And, you know, 3-way wasn't a very good name for that trap. I'm going to call it a Mexican standoff. It's a better name. And it was used historically to trap and kill tree frogs and vultures. Another bird. Yeah, the bird up there took offense to the obnoxiousness of the greatness of my trap. But back to the point. There comes a time in everything when you must give up. And those who are new to this channel do not know that. I do. So I'm giving up. Just kidding. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to. You thought I'd let you go. I didn't yet. Go ahead and try to convert this into a very, very, very simple deadfall trap. And in case you don't know what that is, and you should, it's just a stick with a slightly larger stick on top of it. If I can get it to stick. So what's your opinion on the new Star Wars Battlefront 2? Do you think it's a little strange that they just rebranded and didn't even bother to rename an old game that was better in the past? I mean, hear me out. I know a lot of you are fans of the new one, but the old one had the same name. Why is it still Star Wars Battlefront 2? And why is Star Wars The Clone Wars count as a Disney Plus original? They made one season. One season. They made the final season and it's not even done yet. Cartoon Network owns the intellectual property of 8 seasons of Star Wars The Clone Wars. How is that a Disney Plus original? Okay, so getting that out of the way. Hey, it said nerd on my channel. You took a risk when you clicked. We're going to go ahead and try to find bait for this very makeshift trap that will be triggered by the cat before I get back to put the bait there. So I am told when looking for bait in this kind of trap, one must look for rocks or logs. And you know what? I don't think that log has very much grub to yield anymore. Nothing there. Oh, this looks promising. Wow, it's soft as foam. Look at that. There's a mushroom. Nothing's gonna eat that though. Animals are at least smart enough to recognize that hallucinogenics are not a good thing to eat on a daily basis. Oh, there's that cat again. Ooh. No, I didn't get anything. Oh, did I? Is that a slug? Nope. Don't live in a very slug heavy area, so you're lucky to get that, at least that. Ooh, beetle. No more beetle. You know what? Let's just imagine there's bait there. Let's just imagine this trap is ready to go. So, you're an animal, right? And you're next to this guy's hut, and this guy's just trying to survive out in the wild like any normal guy. Log is snapping like crazy. This thing just came off here. So you're walking along and you smell peanut butter, and you know, being a chipmunk or a squirrel or whatever, you just, ow, that hit me, not my hand. You just attack the stick and then strategically retreat back to the spot that the deadfall is about to fall on you, right? Because you just knocked down the stick. So first reflex would be to retreat from that stick that has been knocked down. And because I built this deadfall trap on top of a log, the dead weight fell all the way down here, it rolled off the log entirely. So you end up with a non-flattened, mess-free, temporarily stunned squirrel. Or, for your vegetarian option, in case you don't eat squirrel or don't have the time to monitor a badly made trap 24 hours a day, you can always just come down to any area with water. And you see these? This plant right here, it's a wild onion. So, I mean, you could have salad too. You know what? That's going to be our next project. We'll catch you next time, guys. Next time we're going to be trying to get these things out of the ground. And no, this isn't just because I'm weak. It's legitimately hard to get out. See you next time, guys. I'm going to go inside and play myself some Lego Star Wars original. You know what? How about some original Star Wars Battlefront 2? Like the good old days. See you guys later. And thank you for tuning in. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. That feels cheap coming out of me. I mean, if you like the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. If you didn't, you know what? No publicity is bad publicity. Give me a bad review. Talk to all your friends about how terrible this channel is. Yep, see you later. Mom, the cat's in.